the Giza plateau, a very famous place in Egypt for the Great Pyramid, Second Pyramid and the Third Pyramid behind me. These are the product of kings that ruled during the 4th dynasty of Egypt's Old Kingdom. They were constructed between around 2600 and 2500 BC, and the general theory as to why they were constructed is that they were tombs. However, as much as that may be correct in some respects, they certainly have tomb chambers, and they certainly have sarcophagi which almost certainly once contained coffins. No bodies have actually been found, or certainly no bodies that have actually been confirmed to be those of pharaohs. And unfortunately, the pyramids themselves tell us nothing about their function, because they themselves have no texts on their walls. But the sheer fact that they've got sarcophagi means that somebody was meant to lay down inside them, whether they were alive or dead. I suspect that the persons involved were dead. I suspect they probably were kings, and I suspect that the reason why they were placed there has nothing to do simply with them transitioning to the next world, but it's almost like the monuments themselves are almost like time machines in a way. You know, they are there for eternity. They are meant to be there for eternity, and in some ways they've got to be controlled. The spirit of them has got to be directed, whether it be through space or whether it be through time. And in my opinion, whoever it was that actually laid down inside those sarcophagi, in particular of course the one inside the king's chamber of the Great Pyramid, was in this role, that in some ways they were there to control these time machines, or ascension machines as I like to see them. But is there anything beyond that? Well, we know that the Great Pyramid in particular is full of incredible geometry and mathematics. We know obviously that they're also astronomically aligned. Some say to Orion, others to Cygnus, perhaps both. But beyond that, what else is there to find? Well, I can tell you now that there's quite an extraordinary and in many ways quite basic geometry to the layout of the different monuments. I put this down most recently in my book The Cygnus Key, and I'm about to start working on a new book on the Great Pyramid that will go much deeper into this subject in a way which you just wouldn't imagine. And I think that the monuments are in many ways meant to synchronise with eternity, with time. Many of the measurements involved and the ratios involved with the construction of the different monuments of the plateau, the layout, the positioning, seem to have celestial cycles connected with them. They seem to be representations of the path of the sun, the moon, eclipse cycles, and also, no doubt, also the stars themselves. And I don't think this is by coincidence. In many ways, the construction of these monuments was meant to align them with time and space itself. Perhaps when they're aligned, they sync with something else, something that may be even outside of normal space-time, perhaps even something that's interdimensional. Who knows? But what I do know is that being back here is quite extraordinary, and every time I come here I discover something new. So hopefully one day you might join us out here. Anyway, thank you.